All right, let's special into Peter. That got resisted. Awesome.
Good, great, grand, wonderful. No yelling on the bus.
How's it going, everybody? This Seer here, and we have our final round for the Ultimate 16. We're in the championship bracket going against Nico B, and they have a rough defense for me. So they are 252 million TCP. Now, you don't see Xavier over here. They have 322 characters, so they either have Xavier or they have Quasar. I'm not sure which. If they have Xavier, then I can't drop any matches because what they have. Stage 1, we have Phoenix Force, Old Man Logan, Strange, Shadow King. Stage 2, this is the same defense I've been using, the 3-piece Spider Society, North Star, Void Knight. And then in 3, we have Annihilators, we have Mephisto, and we have Odin. Now, the issue is, as far as the defense I have my Phoenix Force on defense as well. I have my Xavier, my Mephisto, my Null, Black Knight, so I'm stretched a little thin based on what they have for defense. This is going to be a pretty nasty bout. We're going to jump in 2 right off the bat. I'm going to try to figure out the rest as I go on. So let's get started. All right, for stage 2, we're going to do a little bit of science in here. I'm hearing this could work. I'm hearing that some people tried it, some people didn't. So we're going to try to throw the Crucible with some science right off the bat. We're going to do Illuminati, Black Cat into the Spider Society with Void Knight and North Star. Black Cat's going to stop the speed up from the bio characters. That's going to be Void Knight. That's going to be Penny. It's going to, or not Penny, it's going to be Peter B. It's going to be Pav. Then we have Captain Britain stopping the turn meter from Void Knight as well. So I'm curious how this is going to play out. See how dummy proof this is, or see if I screw this up. Let's try this out. All right, so right off the bat, Black Panther Shuri. This is going to do ability block. I think we want to do that into North Star. It's going to be unavoidable. Yeah. So I don't want him ulting, flipping all of our buffs. Now we're going to end up going into Void Knight. I say we get the safeguard on us with the special. And let's try to go into Void Knight here. And kind of want to try to get a stun here. Does this get extra focus? I don't believe so. This gets extra focus. All right, there's the stun into Penny, so we don't have to about her flipping our stuff either. Stun Peter next. All right, let's try and special here. All right, let's special into Peter. That got resisted. Awesome. All right, so there goes the negative effects on Void Knight. Void Knight's going to end up ulting on us. That's not good. I kind of wanted to kill him. All right, Pav is taking his turns, trying to wreck shop. We need Black Panther Shuri to go. She does have speed up. We're going to beat him? No. And that's probably game right there. Let's take you out. And let's go into Void Knight. Let's basic here. Yeah, Penny's going to wreck me for sure. All right, there goes our Black Cat. There goes the ult from Penny. That Peter's like resisting the stun definitely hurts. I'm just try to stay in on the Void Knight. If I can get Void Knight killed off, I can clean this up a lot easier. All right, let's basic here. All right, let's ult here. I'm curious if I'm going to be able to... Nope. I was about to say, I'm curious if I can actually recover on this. Black Panther Shuri didn't get the ability block as they go for Black Panther Shuri. Hank Pym needs to survive so we can get some heals back on us. There goes Pav taking us out. Yep, so this is going to end up having to be a cleanup for sure. How close are you to your next turn? So he's going to start with a special as opposed to an ultimate. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. We got rid of the North Star too. All right, we're going to do a little bit more science for stage 3. What we have here is going to be Odin, Kahori, APOC, Nightcrawler, Old Man Logan. The thought process behind this is APOC's going to take the safeguard off of Gladiator. Kahori's going to end up trying to get off the Gladiator so I can go into the Gore, because I want to kill the Gore before he ends up ulting me and kind of wiping me, because the extra damage, the overpower, and everything. So hopefully Nightcrawler can try to get a stun into Gore right here, or I have Old Man Logan to try to do his thing. The Old Man Logan, if he can try to go after Odin, then there's no charges. So this can go wrong pretty quick, but it could end up kind of working. We're about to find out what happens. All right, so there's the passive shot going into Gore. Here's a basic into Gladiator. We got off the taunt. I'm going to go into Gore right here. There's the patch going out. Let's try and get a stun into Gore. There's the stun into him. A lot of bleeds on Odin. And my Kahori is about to die. But she did her job. All right, let's go ahead. I'll still special into him. That's going to call the assist in. All right, there's the disrupt. We got a couple assist in from Odin. Let's special. Now we got the battlefield effect out there. He is about to go into me pretty bad. Odin's gonna special. That's gonna clear the negative effects. He didn't assist the no battlefield effect yet. Let's go into Gore a little bit more then. All right, here comes the ult. All right, Gore's ulting. All right, so Odin got his assist out there. It's a battlefield effect and Thanos endgame. Thanos ulting. That should kill Odin. That should kill Thanos there. Alright, so now that's going to probably wipe us. There we go. How many hit points do they have left? Like 10? Alright, for stage 1, this is going to be pretty dicey as well. We have Starjammers going into Phoenix Force, Old Man Logan, Doctor Strange, Shadow King. I made all of them strikers, so that way they all get their double taps on there, which means I'm going to be feeding out a lot of the vulnerables out there. We just need to kill them very, very quickly. Try to get a lot of control out there. Starjammers is going to stop the turn meter on Old Man Logan. It's also going to stop it on Shadow King with any ults and Omega Red Phoenix Force on the spawn because of them having no protector type of thing out there. So this is going to go very well, or it's going to go very sideways quickly. Let's find out. All right, so right off the bat, we have a special here. This is going to get stun trauma. I really feel like we need to try to get a stun of some sort into Doctor Strange right here, because we can't stun Omega Red. We can't stun basically the middle three, honestly. So let's go ahead and get a stun into Doctor Strange. That's going to cause a striker shot. Nope. All right, let's try get a ability blocks on these three. All right. Let's go all in on Old Man Logan. All right. I'm going to target Omega Red and Ult here. Get the striker shot. Special here. That's going to kill Omega Red, hopefully. All right, Shadow King's basic. That really hurt our Groot. Thank you for that. And that means she specials. Omega Red is back. We need to go back into Omega Red. All right, that's going to hit everybody. Striker shot. And that should finish it. Got it. All right, for the cleanup for stage 2, we are going in with our Vigilante team. The Void Knight's going to be started with a special as opposed to an ult. I know he gets some ability energy on spawn, but he's pretty far away from the ultimate on here. So we should be able to use the ultimate from Silver Sable. Then we have Hitmonkey doing his thing. This should be pretty clean without that North Star on there. Let's go in. All right, so Void Knight is starting with that special that's going into Daredevil Modern. That's perfect. Hav is taking his turn, and then Silver Sable should be going next. Let's take all those buffs up. Or Hitmonkey. Oh, slow on the... That might mess it up. Let's go into Penny and Basic here. Let's ult here. Them have that defense up is not good. I need to go all in on that Penny. There she goes. Let's go into Void Knight, because Peter's gonna end up healing that back up anyways. Let's go ahead and ult here, take those buffs off. All right, he got ability blocks, so yeah, we got this one done. So we dropped the 1, not terrible. I was expecting to drop more, to be honest. All right, so as you can see, we actually end up losing this matchup, and it was by about less than 30 points. So that one dropped attack on stage 2 definitely bit us in the ass on there. Grats on that matchup, Nico. That was a really cool defense and matchup that we end up having back and forth on there. Now, as far as the attacks goes on here, for stage 1, I ended up doing that Star Jammers, and it worked fairly well. I just killed Phoenix a little bit too early. That did cost us some efficiency points there. This got us at 85-63. Stage 2. So basically what happened here was Black Cat, we ended up doing that special into Peter B. Parker. He ended up resisting that, unfortunately. And I was hoping there would either be like a rebound towards Void Knight to get him killed off, or I should have just targeted Void Knight, got him killed off. So that was RNG or misplay, kind of pick your poison, because if I would have killed Void Knight, Peter B would have been able to flip all those negative effects, kind of get everything back on track for the Spider Society. But I might have been able to recover from that. It's all those ability blocks that kind of got us on there. So Vigilante was able to do a pretty good cleanup, 83-56. Now stage 3, this was a roller coaster of a match. This got us at 85-47. Came down to our Odin. We were able to get that ult. I wasn't sure if I went to do the ult or the basic to get the battlefield effect up just to be safe. The ult was able to kind of get through that death proof on Mephisto. Now for our defense. They did end up having that Xavier, kind of like I figured. They had Black Knight, New Emma, APOC, Null. That was able to get the one shot into our Mephisto, Null, Xavier, Black Knight, New Emma. 85-63 on there. Really good play on this one. Stage 2, they used Star Jammers. That was something I was debating about using on my end as well. Then I basically, chat said that the Illuminati Black Cat is a good counter into it to where it could end up working. It was RNG based on there, which if I would have done Star Jammers in 2, I'd have had to find a different team to use in stage 1. So it is what it is on there. Then stage 3, the Immortal X-Men end up dropping this one here. for 8360. They used Vigilante as a cleanup on the final Omega Red Phoenix Force, so really good matchup on here. So I'm actually not angry at all. We end up going 3-1. This definitely saved us a lot of points as far as getting us back to a decent rating because of the slipping I was doing at the end of the last season. Hopefully we can keep the climb going, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.